When I think of middle school, I think about all the fun times I had back in those days. Yeah, I went through a lot of hard times, sure, yet lately I've been thinking about all the good times I had. And all the stuff I got into. I remember in 6th grade I hyped myself up for Pokemon Sun and Moon by playing pretty much every other Pokemon game, well, as many Pokemon games I had. And I remember getting Moon version like the day it came out. I remember forcing myself to play Persona 5 and, oh god, I got into Persona, that's the worst part. And I remember hyping myself up for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and I never beat them. I remember playing Fortnite, spending the summer with my friend Eric, and grinding in Season 3 to 7. Or I guess more Season 4, that's when I first got the Battle Pass, but still. I even remember when the Sonic movies trailer dropped. Listen, I would have put up with that Sonic design, I'm just saying. But if there was one thing that would lead into a mental illness diagnosis, it was JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I mean, what could I say about the show? It's pretty good. I obsessed about that show when I was in 7th grade and then onward. Once I got into it, I infected my friends with the same disease. Eric, Gabriel, Diego, Louis, Jeanette, and my girlfriend Gracia, as well as a few other people that haven't talked to me since. I remember I held a party at my place so we could watch Part 5's final episode. I remember everybody going Anyway, just wanted to give context, just so I could say that the games are pretty solid. The Super Nintendo RPG was okay. The arcade game, Heritage for the Future? God damn. It's a shame they removed it off the PS3 store, that's for sure. I would have bought it in a heartbeat if it never got delisted. Part 5's PS2 game was fucking awesome, though. It aged well, alright? It was a fun little 3D beat 'em up, but it's kind of ugly now. You know, it's the early PS2 game, I believe. But it had a lot of replay value. Especially since you could just go out of your way to make fights manga accurate, and you get more health and a bonus for your score. Part 1's game wasn't good, we don't talk about it. All-Star Battle was, according to my friend Jeanette, she said it was gay, and stinky, and dumb, and gay. But I want to say that Eyes of Heaven was just a peak JoJo game. It's one of those digital games that I own that I'd like to own physically someday. Like Sonic Mania or Yakuza 0. The combat was pretty basic. I guess it essentially boiled down to watered down Xenoverse without flying. You just sprint towards your enemy usually, and you'll have a list of moves you can pull off with your character. Josuke and Jonathan were like the most broken characters in the game. Jonathan's best combo was Hormone Breathing, Zoom Punch, Stun, then Sunlight Yellow Overdrive. I believe it also could have ended with that Fire Punch of his, but it's been so many years I can't remember. Josuke, he's like Jotaro but faster. Sure, he has no time stop, but he literally played himself. He'd just use his basic combo and he'd go. I remember being good with Johnny. As I said, I remember being good with Johnny. That was back when I was in middle school. I'm a senior in high school now. I think Joseph was alright, same with old Joseph, but I think old Joseph was harder to play as. Part 3 and 4 Jotaro played exactly the same. All except for Part 4 Jotaro, who had Josuke's projectile attack. And he had a slightly longer time stop. Pretty sure Part 3's Jotaro's 1 second? My advice, if you time stop as either of the Jotaros, is just immediately do your dual heat attack. Jolene's strings could stun you, and Eric would spam it. I can't remember how Part 8 Josuke played. Dio was fun to use. His time stop was much longer than Jotaro's in the show, so they made him much longer in the game. It's probably around 9 seconds. You could just dig around in it, it was fun. You just bully people, but I usually just immediately did the dual heat anyway. I think Giorno was alright to play as. I'm 100% sure if you did a dual heat attack with Gold Experience Requiem activated, it killed the enemy instantly. Also, Bruno was cool. He was cool in that game. Bruno was a cool character. Actually, I want to talk about this cool little mechanic called Soul Succession. It replaces your little pose button or whatever, and it gives you a limited use health bar. I'm sure they added it to even the odds because, like, if you're fighting 2 human opponents and your partner's dead, and that means they're kind of done for, you just gotta clutch it. I mean, if you're fighting, like, 2 AI opponents, you know, you're gonna win. It's like the AI in this game's as dumb as bricks. Anyway, this is kind of OP for characters like Bruno, who essentially already have like an extra health bar automatically, because when you beat Bruno in a fight, he just gets back up. Like, I mean, okay, let me elaborate a little. You knock his health bar to 0, he comes back with an extra red bar, which means you can knock him down again. But if he has Soul Succession, he can just arguably have like 2 extras. It's cool. I love the little details in the game like that. It's referencing how he was pretty much a zombie, kind of like after he fought Diablo for the first time. Jonathan also has one, but like it's more of a struggle. You know, it's like when he tried fighting Dio when he couldn't breathe. Also, the technical characters in this game kind of suck. Like Kira from the end of Part 4, can't remember what he was called, but Stroheim and Diego with the World. If you have Josuke, if you play as Josuke or any of the Rush-style stand characters, yeah, you're gonna win automatically. Alright, I can't remember the details from the story, but I could say that the online was like actually terrible. It was dependent on everyone's Wi-Fi, so if anyone lagged, everyone would lag. If you can imagine, if everyone lagged, the game was pretty much unplayable. I remember I did one heat action, yet the voice clips ended up like halfway through the animation. I could probably make like a decent recreation of that experience. So I don't know why I made this video. I think I was just feeling nostalgic over this stuff. I mean, it didn't happen that long ago, but you know, just wanted to talk about it. It'd be cool if Eyes of Heaven got the All-Star Battle Arts treatment. 60 FPS, Liana Bacchio, and Norisuke Higashikata, who were cut from the original game, being brought back from the grave. Maybe we get a Part 6 Jotaro costume, since, you know, in-game, he has like unused voice clips. And a Fugo costume from Purple Haze Feedback. You know, just like how Kira has his outfit from Dead Man's Questions, or how Joseph has his tequila outfit. I mean, I'd also take a Fortnite collab or a report or a remake of the Part 5 game. Anyway, if you thought this video was entertaining or good background noise, you should check out my last 2 Fortnite videos. Or if you wanna be really supportive, maybe you could subscribe or look at the Sonic the Hedgehog playlist on my channel, so you could watch my playthroughs of Sonic 1 through Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I don't know when Mania is coming out, but maybe when I'm fucking crippled.